What is good, people? How we doing? How we doing today? Today or tonight, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for being here. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here, and I appreciate it, all right? So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, folks, because the Fresh and Fit podcast crew and obviously their newest member of the team, Tommy Sotomayor, are at it again, okay? And no, this has nothing to do with Kevin Samuels stealing content. That's right, folks. The nukes are coming out early tonight because, listen, Tommy, y'all saw the thumbnail. Y'all saw the title. Listen, although there was some things going on, right? Listen, this right here, Tommy, and this is just from me to you, this does not make you look good. Matter of fact, this whole situation takes a big fat L on the black community. A big, ginormous fat L. And it's so crazy how we were just having a stream yesterday between black Americans and black immigrants and the difference between that, right? And then here comes Fresh and Fit. And this was a great discussion that we had, by the way, right? Here comes Fresh and Fit after having all this conversation had, coming in and basically destroying the image of what, basically how black people looked on that particular stream. And the reason why it completely destroyed it, because we had someone like Tommy Sotomayor, right? The Black Manosphere, we've claimed him as one of the OGs of the space, one of the godfathers, one of the guys who's, out there or used to be out there in the trenches, right? Before he went completely left and started beefing with everybody. And you guys don't know, go catch a live stream we did, last stream we did about him. It was pretty interesting. But it was one of those things, man, you were supposed to be one of the leading voices at the time on your heyday of talking about black culture, talking about black women, talking about black families. Yes, you got the same criticism, probably even worse. Actually, you got worse criticism when it came to how black women viewed you versus Kevin Samuels, just because your rhetoric was a little too harsh, right? It was even harsher to Kevin Samuels in the way you delivered it. So they had a problem with you, and the media came after you. However, you still were the prominent person who speaks on these issues, right? So now we're getting to a point where you're on Fresh and Fit, which is a universal sign that you're close to that edge already, and you do this. On top of that, you do this with a black woman. Like, this is not looking too good. And don't get me wrong, man, because listen, we can talk protect black women all you want and all this other stuff. Listen, there's a whole lot of stuff that went into that whole scenario that, I've seen some of these content creators that have talked about this. They're like, oh, Tommy, you an asshole. Tommy, I can't believe this to black women. Like, how dare you? This and that, right? So you got people completely dug in on one side because obviously they see a short clip of Tommy basically, or Tommy and the girl going at it, which in the clip she did hit first. But then you got people on the other side who are saying, yes, you had to show her what's up, Tommy. Black women know. Matter of fact, I even saw in certain spaces where in the comment section of some of these podcasts, right, they were saying that they didn't think that Tommy went hard enough. Some of them were actually hoping Tommy really just landed a couple blows, right, to feel a lot of that internal, ego and that masculinity, right? Because I gotta show that black woman what's up. That's right, people. You gotta show them how we do it back in our place, right? I mean, ridiculous the size that I'm seeing. So with that being said, we have scoured the net for all the valuable information that we can find on this particular scenario, right? Because the live stream got taken down, but we got clips, all right, both on a firsthand perspective and the full context and what also was said afterwards. And there's some interesting things that we have to kind of cover, right? Because listen, there's his side, there's her side, and there's the middle, right? So what was the biggest reason why all this stuff went down? And we're going to cover that and more. So for those of you guys who are in the chat right now, who are confused about what's going on, those of you guys who are ninja watching, ghost watching us right now, but are not hitting the sub button or like button on the videos, don't you worry. We are going to explain all that and more. But please hit the like button on your way in, all right? Likes are free, so is the show.
40 Point, tell me what nigga shitted on me.
Shut up.
Tell me
Jesus
what nigga
Christ.
should know, because it's
you
the
want
truth.
people to know. You
mad.
To let somebody know I tried
this nigga is mad because I unfollowed him and I didn't fuck him on OnlyFans. I didn't want to fuck him because I'm not that type of bitch. I get money in real life. Niggas pay me. Do you hear me? I didn't need this. I'm not drunk. I'm dead ass not drunk.
You dead ass drunk.
I'm not drunk. I promise to God.
That weed too tight. You need a different kind of glue.
God knows I'm not drunk right now. God knows.
Son of a bitch. Just up here just being ignorant for no reason.
No. He not finna try to play me on.
Who's playing you, stupid bitch?
No, bitch, you fucking stupid.
Nobody's playing your cat thing.
Get off me.
Whoa! End the stream. End the stream. End the stream.
Bitch, get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Bitch, get off me. Get off me because he got me fucked up. He mad because he couldn't get the pussy. Period. I don't fuck niggas. Fuck is he talking about, nigga? I'm with all the shit. I'm with all the shit. He mad because he come fuck me. He fucked my friend. He fucked my friend. He didn't fuck me. Period. You mad because you flew me out and I ain't fuck you. That's what you mad.
You mad because you're dead.
So there it is. So for those of you guys, if you guys just watch that clip on its own, right, it looks terrible, right? It looks terrible actually on both sides, but it more towards Tommy's side than the girl. Reason being is obviously people respecting Tommy. You're supposed to handle yourself in a little bit of a, what do you call it? A higher quality level than what you displayed here, especially if you're running around talking about someone as Kevin Samuel stealing your content. Listen, man, as much as you would like to say that, Kevin Samuels is not snagging anyone in your style right now. I don't see that happening because there was a lot of things that was missed, a lot of cues that you could have picked up and literally finessed to be in your own situation, but ended up making you look like an emotional bitch. And I'm sorry, bro, but it is what it is. And matter of fact, I'm even go as far as to say, bro, like you just took it, and I'm not gonna speak for all black people because it's not all black people who are representative of this because we're not a monolith. But this does not look good, even for the black woman on here. Even for her, she does not make herself look good. All right, but I digress, right? And I think both you guys in the chat, or both sides of the chat, or you guys basically kind of agree here because it seems like we're pretty balanced. A lot of us were saying, hey, the girl was definitely in the wrong. And I mean, it was just an absolute disgusting and classless behavior, right? And then obviously we look at the giant elephant in the room, Tommy, all right, where it's like you're supposed to be OG. You're supposed to be speaking out in terms of helping black women, right? And here you are getting ready to go fisticuff with one. So what actually happened? Because if you guys saw this particular clip right over here, all right, you would think, holy shit, Tommy, you are fucking evil, dude. Like, what in the hell is going on? Like, how dare you? Or some of you guys would be on the other hand saying, oh, this woman, she's wilding out right now. What is going on? So we're going to actually go over what actually happened here, okay? So I'm going to explain a little bit of backstory, and we're going to play some videos that are going to back it up, all right? So essentially what ended up happening is Tommy, prior to this, that chick that you saw on the tape wilding out, Shay, he flew her out along with another lady that was with them, all right? So they came in together, and at some point, what was it? They were basically gearing up to basically, do the old dirty, right? And what ended up happening is Tommy was paired up more with, or vibed more with, the light-skinned chick than he did with Shay, right? And so he and the light-skinned chick, they did their thing, and then they hooked up, and, she ended up staying at his place, and, Shay ended up flying home, so she felt a little bit bitter about that, right? So in the end, they end up reuniting again, and what ended up happening is on the podcast, Shay herself did not really know that Sotomayor was actually going to be on that particular podcast, or so she says. She didn't actually know that Tommy Sotomayor was going to be on that podcast. However, the situation that unfolded was Shay wanted to use that as an opportunity to basically confront Tommy Sotomayor about a post that he had on Instagram that she thought that was him being basically saying I hate all black women, or I consistently criticize black women. And for those guys who are aware of Tommy Sotomayor's history, this is kind of like one of these sign language that has been lobbied against him. Now, do we want to say he hates black women? I don't think so, but the way he does speak, it's very harsh. In fact, if people think that Kevin Samuels hates black women with his tone and delivery, yeah, you would definitely. I could see how people could see how this man hates black women. It's just the way he delivers his message is it can be very piercing for the ears. All right, let's just put it that way. So Shay was confronting Tommy Sotomayor on that particular post. However, as you guys will see in the video coming up, the way she was kind of confronting him didn't really necessarily make a whole lot of sense, because it seemed like, okay, you're trying to make it about a post on Instagram, and he's basically telling you exactly what it is, but you're not listening. It almost seems like you're trying to get at something deeper here. And I don't listen. For those of you ladies in the chat, look, I've been around people for too damn long now. I've spoken to thousands of people at this particular point. So I would let you know right now, I can sense when somebody's got an ulterior motive. And when people watch that, honestly speaking, when you look at that thing through and through, that woman had a chip on her shoulder. And after we play this video, we'll go ahead and figure out why it is and what went down to lead up to that situation. So hold up. And what I'm going to do too as well, because this one's going to be a little bit longer, I'm going to do a step-by-step breakdown so you guys can see how in the hell shit moved and hit the fan so freaking quick, right? Because a lot of this stuff, man, realistically, Tommy, if you wanted to prove that you were a high-value male or a high-value man, because I'm sure that's what the image these guys are trying to promote, what you did was just not it, bruh. It just was not it. How you handled it is, I don't want young men coming out and handling situations like that. You handle that situation with that black woman the way all these other black women in these coming up with these poor relationships with men that have the same kind of attitude and mentality as you. This is what they complain about. You're effectively just Derek Jackson yourself. That's what it did. So when you getting up, going tit for tat with someone like that, rather than figuring out a way to basically either remove yourself from the situation or basically ignore the situation, you fed into it. And what do we know about the main thing with manhood, man? When you talk about the art of stoicism and not letting things get to you and having emotional baseline, when people know they can get under your skin, you're an easy target. So let's watch the multiple ways Tommy could have easily finessed the situation and actually made it out with a freaking W, and where he dropped the ball at. THPP Network, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Woo! Baby. Absolute sad. The lack of people and content management on display with these two. I see a golden opportunity squandered because of hubris. Absolutely. Like I used to watch Fresh and Fit a lot. I used to watch him a lot, right? Early on in the day, I used to watch him a lot. Now, not in the sense, here's the thing that kind of started to turn me off of him, right? A little bit. When you know how they put the mask on or whatever it is, and he started doing the little ninja shit, right? And I'm just like, the fuck is this? What did I just stumble into? Right? And don't get me wrong, like I use props on this show too as well, and I guess they're doing it, but like at that stuff, I'm just like, listen, you'll never catch me fucking running around like a Naruto character or some shit. Like, listen, no offense to my brothers who love anime and all that shit like that, bro. I've just never listen. I the only anime I've been into was Dragon Ball Z, and that was it, right? As soon as you start talking about all these other things, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, I just wasn't invested in that group, but apparently it's a cool thing to do. When I was growing up, listen, you weren't cool if you like that shit, all right? So I had to beat that shit out of me, okay? And now it's gone. I can't fuck with anime, but when I see those guys do it, I'm looking at them like, yeah, y'all some lame stuff. Maybe I'm from the past. Maybe I'm wrong because a lot of brothers fucking with anime now. So, it is what it is. But let's get to the video. Shout out to you, THPP.
I was going to tell her, like, I was going to say that was going to be my closing. Anybody that knows me knows I like a conversation for the sake of the conversation. Yeah. At the end of the conversation, I'm like, I was in debate club. When you get through with it, you shake hands. When you get through playing basketball, you don't get mad because you won or you lost. It's a part of the competition. Okay. We are supposed to be here to entertain, enlighten, and educate a little bit. Okay. And so when I was talking to her, I was just trying, and the same with you or anybody else, I challenged them. Yeah. You should want to be challenged if you're having a discussion. Why is it that we can only talk to people who agree with us?
Facts.
Facts. That's what's making America like
so can I ask
soft.
that question?
Yeah.
That was the question. No, it wasn't. So I don't know if you've seen. I unfollowed you.
Oh shit!
Which one? Refollow me? I will, but only if it's convenient for me to follow you. So can you turn that shit off?
No, they can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I unfollowed you because.
So right off the bat, I already know shit's gonna hit the fan. Just the way she was building it up, just the way she set it up, I already know women. Like, I know when a girl's doing that shit, it's like, all right, like, what's coming? Because I know whatever you about to say, the next couple words coming out of your mouth, all right, is going to incite something. Like, we already know. We already know. But people who are just watching this and looking at this, right, and they're seeing these two, they're like, oh, what's going on? She's just trying to ask a question, right? I mean, I think it's a legitimate question. So let's figure out what's going on, right? Why is she dragging this out? Like, is this deep? Like, what's about to happen? So let's continue.
Because every time I go on my Instagram, I see you downplaying black women. As in to the point where I don't see no other race, but you always posting something about a black woman did this or what they're doing. And I'm like, nigga, you black yourself. What are you doing? So I got tired of seeing it. And I want to just say the one that got to me, the one that made me unfollow you, was the one with the lady that had the wig or something like that. And I guess you know which one I'm talking about.
I don't, because I talk about ladies in wigs a lot. So I was like, what?
Exactly, and they're all black. So it's just like, I was cool. You know, I was really cool, everything. But
what was it on there that bothered you? What was it about that post?
It was specifically you were saying something about I guess she was playing you or something. Somebody that reported your page. I don't really know. I unfollowed you about a week ago, so I really don't remember. It was around my dad's death, but I didn't want to see it on my TL because I'm like, damn, Tommy, like I thought you was better than that.
Better than what? Well, okay. I explain to people like this. One, I don't understand why black women get to tell a black man because you're black, you can't talk about this group.
You can't.
Well, hold on. If you go to ESPN, you're going to get sports. You're not going to get politics, you're going to get sports. So when people come to me, they're going to hear me talk about what I think is the problem. Okay. I think we have a lot of issues, and I think they are starting with the idea of our women. So I will speak on that. Now, you can go to another guy and hear him young Pharaoh tell you about how black women are God and then cheat on y'all and beat you. You can
Hey, so listen, we all know young Pharaoh, okay, you be putting your hands on women. All right, you and Umar Johnson. I don't say Umar Johnson doesn't do that, but I'm talking about the conscious community because that's what all y'all are part of. You, Tariq, Umar, all y'all. Y'all got some shit on the side, bro. All y'all got some demons, right? Umar Johnson now has got like 2 wives apparently, right? He's got 2 wives doing auditions for that dumb shit, right? Tommy Sotomayor over here got OnlyFans and now he's got issues with these. Like, listen, bro, all y'all dudes in this, Brother Polite, don't even get me on that dude, right? So all y'all in the conscious community, it just seems like y'all consciousness is just, it's not really there, all right? It seems like y'all the most dullest motherfuckers out there on the market right now. But young Pharaoh, for those of you guys who would hit me up on DMs and whatnot, young Pharaoh ain't like that. Tommy just said it. He beats women and profess that black women are queens. It's some of these dudes who are over here bigging you up have some shit in their closet. That's why, like, guys who are overly, like, when they cape for women overly, man, and they're like, oh, black women are queens, you got to worship. I got to look at those guys with another look because those guys is like, you either beat women or, like, there's something you feel guilty about. That like that's just what it is. Now there's some guys who do it that are genuine, but the guys who are genuine aren't gonna be like on their knees sucking your toes and shit because you a queen. That's weird. The guys who do that tend to be the ones who are actually more inclined to be abusive because it's covering up for a lot. So in this case, someone like young Pharaoh does that shit. Someone like Tommy, listen, he may be a little avert, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's put hands on women before. Just the way he reacted and the lack of hesitant, how hesitant he was, or non-hesitant he was, non-hesitant, all right, for y'all trying to clip shit, all right, non-hesitant he was to just come out and come at that lady. I mean, you're a little too comfortable. You were just a little too comfortable engaging in said activity. So that's one thing that makes me lean to, he maybe once or twice to put hands on females. I'm not entirely sure. Let's continue.
Go hear that if you want. But I think it's odd that you're willing to listen to somebody tell you how great you are and you kings and queens and how you're the most beautiful thing on the earth, but you're not listening to somebody say the other side. It's the same thing I was saying on the discussion. Why not hear more than one side? So you can go to somebody else and hear them tell you all the things that make you feel good. But if you come to me, I'm going to tell you the opposite because why do you need to hear that? And the last thing is, I grew up in a family, and most of us grew up around black folks. If you grew up with a black mom, a black grandmama, or a black aunt, it's funny how we listen to those who supposedly love us, talk to us and say, sit your black ass down, don't do this, slap you when you get. You can listen to your mama who had you talk to that way, but not a guy who you don't know, who you could simply unfollow. That lets me know a lot of people are soft. I can follow someone and I will.
Yeah, so far, guys, he's got a point. He's got a point. You guys know we keep it balanced over here, all right? We keep it balanced. So he has a point. So especially when he says most people today are soft. I want y'all to remember that point, because that point's also gonna come in handy. But overall, what he's saying right now, all right, it's facts. All right, he's spitting something right now. All right, but yes. But I want you guys to pay attention to the nature of the conversation that's happening right now, all right? No one's yelling, you know, he's trying to basically express himself and his thought process and what he's basically feeling, right? So he's breaking that down. And right now, mind you, this is the second time he's done it. All right, so you can tell guys, we all know and we've had that in our personal lives. I think guys right now in the chat, you guys can think of a situation where you've dealt with someone where you're sitting there talking to them, you can just feel like they're just listening to respond, but not really listening to understand. And I'm sure you guys have gone through that, or have dealt with someone, or come across someone in your life who just wants to do that. And I recognize those same patterns in this particular conversation. In this particular conversation, this woman is listening to respond. And the reason why is, and you guys will start to see it, because there's an agenda. All right, the agenda is gonna start taking hold really, really quick. Okay, so let's continue. Shout out to Playing with Fire. All right, got to give Playing with Fire respects. This was handled poorly on all parts. Tommy, the girl, and the producer with a stutter. Oh! Is it the not Myron guy? I still don't know who this person is.
Like, you're the only one. Like, they people say what they say about Fresh and Fit, but I don't see it every day on them.
That's also being disingenuous, because then you're missing now she's saying every day, but that's another bullshit lie in itself, because Tommy doesn't go after black women every day. Now that's, I would say, a good 70 to 80% of his content. But I don't even say 80%. I would say a good half of his content is dissing black women. A good 30% of it is getting involved in other beefs and claiming other people stole his shit. And then the last 20% is just him trying to talk about some OG shit. That's just basically it. Other than that, that's how his content split up. All right, 50% black women, 30% fucking beefing and bullshitting and claiming other people stole his shit, and then 20% original content. That's Tommy Sotomayor. So then when you compare that to Fresh and Fit, which they do similar things, and they go at women even crazier, and in this case on mainstream platforms, and they're saying, oh, okay, Fresh and Fit's good, but you are bad. You're being disingenuous. Now what you're trying to do, if my memory serves me, it seems like you're trying to divide and conquer. That's what it seems to me. Oh, these guys are cool. You're not. My bullshit detectors are tingling right now.
Every time I go on my Instagram, you're just specifically only targeting black women. And I didn't like that, because I'm like, damn, it ain't that deep. You don't got to go that hard. So what, somebody said something about you, that don't mean you got to do a whole post about a black person. I'm pretty sure white people, Dominican people, Portuguese people, everything say about you.
Is he diminishing them or perfecting them?
He literally tagging the people. Whoever said that.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I ain't gonna.
And guys, another thing that's very disingenuous. Here's the thing, man. If you're gonna say something, pull it up. Give me the receipts right now. If you're gonna say that this is what he's doing, and you saw a post you didn't like, where's the screenshot? Because it triggered you so much to bring it on a podcast, where now things are starting to escalate, because you are escalating things. Now we're no longer starting to be calm. She's ramping it up, right? So where is the receipts? Because the receipts will speak for itself, baby. That's all you got to bring. But you didn't. You're saying some post, and then the other chica over there said, okay, well, all right. What was he? Who was he tagging? Was he tagging somebody? No. He just said he's added a couple people. So what is the post? You got to help your case. That's what we call when you're putting together an argument, right? You have to bring together evidence or pieces of content that supports your claims. If you don't, people look at you as a mad capper. That's just what it is. All right, you mad capping right now, and because you don't provide those receipts, now everyone starts to get a little agenda sense. And now right here in this point, this is where Tommy, realistically, because I told y'all, there are avenues where he could have finessed this to basically help himself out, but he didn't, right? Here's the thing. Tommy could have easily done this right now, because right now he's slightly above what she's doing right now. Because everybody right now at this point is hip to the game. All right, he done answered your question. Everyone done hopped in to try to basically explain it to you, but you're still digging right deep and digging your heels. So Tommy, literally at this point in time, could have just sat back, let her do her thing, and let everybody else fight for it. But no, Tommy just had to show how soft he is and how he handles situation, particularly when it comes to black women.
So you're tagging,
See,
but you're putting their picture. You're putting their picture on there.
So I'm looking at my Instagram right now.
And I
my
follow
own Instagram.
I follow.
Do you have like?
But I'm looking at my Instagram
The
right
only
now.
way that I felt some way is because it's like it's no other race you go so hard on but your own kind.
Because he cares.
Listen,
if he cared, he wouldn't go so hard.
You don't tell me how to do what I do. I got my psychology degree. You didn't.
So okay, but I did study psychology, so I know the difference.
Than you.
I'm a PhD. I'm a PH motherfucking D, baby. I got about psychology. Psychology, you can't even pick up when somebody's playing with you. You gotta. It's funny with all these psychology majors, right? Oh, y'all. I'm not saying all of you guys, right? Because a lot of y'all know your stuff. But some of y'all psychology majors, man, I be feeling like y'all some undercover sociopaths. No, real talk. I get the feeling a lot of you psych majors, y'all, the reason why y'all go into this field is to try to understand more than anything else, not only what's going on in your head, but what's going on in other people's head, but how to finagle the situation. Because I know I've dated some chicks who done like, psychology majors and whatnot, and they're always trying to psychoanalyze you, right? Oh, the way you put your cup down, you must have had some pretty terrible childhood traumas.
Oh, hell no.
The fuck? I'm just drinking water. That's what you're talking about, traumas. Like, I'm cool, relax. All right? So it always crazy, but it's interesting to see Tommy Sotomayor bring that shit up here. I'm a psych major. I'm a psychologist. I got a PhD in psychology. And you can't see when somebody's setting up an agenda for you. You're literally, as you're saying you're a psychologist, you're falling into the trap of what a psychologist would have easily spotted, right? You're falling into that trap. So then again, there are two explanations I gotta have for this, right? The first explanation is you clearly don't know. You don't know what's happening. You don't see what's happening because as a psychology major or PhD person, right? You're supposed to spot this from a mile away. Matter of fact, you're supposed to spot that, hey, this type of chick with this type of energy, this is what she's gonna be on, right? Because you're a psychology person. You're supposed to know that, right? You're supposed to compartmentalize, right? The situation. So you didn't do that. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is that you do know what's happening, but you understand that there's something deeper going on here than what it is. And by deeper, meaning that you yourself are emotionally invested in this situation right now. Meaning you're probably one of these softies that you were just talking about 2 seconds ago.
I've had more people say I've changed their life.
You're 30-something. I'm only 25, but I'm very smart and wise for my age.
The point is, do it your way. Don't tell me not to do it mine.
Of course. But I'm letting you know.
But I don't care.
Go a whole different way about it.
But I don't care. You do it. If you know how to build a house better than me, you build it. Don't tell me to do it.
Okay, but I'm just letting you know. If I'm only time that I see, if I'm going on my Instagram, that's exactly why I unfollowed you, because I don't see nothing else but black people that you post on your page.
So now she's just slipped in that Instagram unfollow. And you pay attention because she's going to stick to that. And there's a reason why she's going to stick to that argument. In just a second, I'll explain that. But let's continue.
So you talk about no other race.
I don't care. Anybody wants to unfollow me, unfollow me now. I will say that. You can't follow my bank account. I'm still rich, so I don't care what people don't follow.
Money don't make nobody.
No, apparently it does if you do the shit you're saying you do for it.
Money don't make nobody.
So this is where Tommy could have literally just not escalate the situation, but chose to, because up until this time, right, no indication of what she does was ever brought up, right? There was no indication of that. And when then he came up with the whole money thing, and she was like, oh, money's not everything. And then his rebuttal was like, well, for the shit that you claim that you do, apparently it is. Implying that the way she gets her money is not through, at least the way society would look at it, favorable. So this is where now shit starts to go crazy. Because I don't care what anyone says, as much as a woman likes to say that, they're proud about, and I'm not talking about all women, but the women who are in sex work, right? And they're proud about it, right? It's not something they're proud of. Deep down, it's a shameful thing. It is what it is. You can feel how you want to feel about it, but a lot of women are not proud about it. Why? Because if they were proud about it, they'll say, hey, I'm fucking for money. It is what it is, right? But no, we got to dress it up in different words and different things to make it sound nice, right? From prostitution to no, I'm an escort to no, I'm an entertainer. No, I'm a content creator. If you weren't ashamed, why don't you call a spade a spade? But we know there's a level of shame there. That's why you change the word to fit whatever it is that you feel as though it is. So when Tommy brought that up, he says, hey, apparently money's important because you do what you do for money. That triggered something. And now this shit's about to escalate.
Sit there and talk bad about the thing that you talked up. Jesus, why wouldn't someone listen to you when you say, I understand you don't like watching it? Don't watch it.
That's why
I don't like gay porn. I don't go around looking for it.
I unfollowed you 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's
I don't care. Jesus Christ.
I unfollowed you 2 weeks ago.
I don't give a fuck.
Obviously you
either.
do.
No, you brought it up.
Obviously you do because look at how hard you're getting mad.
Dude, because you keep talking about it like I'm supposed to give a fuck. You unfollowed.
Obviously you care. You know I don't give a fuck.
You had to announce it, sir.
Of course I'm going to announce it. That's the question.
You sound insane.
No, you sound insane.
So at this point, these two bozos, Myron and not Myron, are basically, they know what's about to happen, right? They're literally giddy. They're ready to go, all right? The Homeland Security and the fake producer rapper, they're ready to go. They're ready to go because, hey, cue up the kickout cam, all right? But Tommy, why you raising your voice now? You're just escalating, and that's what essentially is happening here.
Bothered by what I post. I don't give a shit what you post.
And I unfollowed because I didn't want to see it no more.
Jesus Christ, she don't understand.
I understand 100%.
I don't give a shit.
All right. Let me just mediate real fast.
I understand. Trust me. I understand.
Shay. Simply put,
I understand.
I will tell you this because I still follow him on Instagram. He makes fun of everybody.
No, he don't.
He does.
He don't.
He just
now,
pulled up a couple of posts.
Yeah, so whether he, I mean, I guess you can try to make an argument that he disproportionately insults black women more, makes jokes on them more, but he makes fun of everyone. And this is kind of the issue. Like, if you don't like content, just don't watch it, and that's it. You know what I mean?
And I unfollowed. That's why I don't watch it. But I just wanted to address him for it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know he would be here tonight. I always wanted to question him that. He texted my phone and asked me and check up on me just to make sure that I'm good, and I respect that. But I don't reply because I simply don't respect him more because it's just the fact that what he posts on the gram, and it's just like what you texting me for, and you do all this to try to play black.
What you texting me for, but you doing all this to try to, hey guys. Hey, I'm gonna give you some clue in that most of these guys won't teach you because they don't know shit about people, right? She's starting to wear herself on her sleeve, right? Meaning now that the emotion is starting to rise, the tension is starting to rise, the real reason starts to pop out. She just mentioned out of nowhere him messaging her. What does that have to do with social media, right? Unless you guys had something private before that happened. Oh, that's why I unfollowed you. That's why you're over here messaging me. What does that have to do with social media? That was my clue in that something deep beyond the surface was happening here. She's not pissed about a post. Anyone here is going to sit there and say, oh, she was just asking a question. She was doing this. She was not pissed about a post. This right here, this level of anger, it's not about a post. It's about a text message, apparently, right? Well, we don't know, but she just gave us a clue to start leading us in to what we may think this is about. Now, right now, it's still a he say, she say, but at least the smart ones and people who are level-headed, not bullshit gobblers, can read between the lines.